Hi, this is David Smith of networklasvegas.com, and you're in the webinar Networking Over the Internet Social Media Marketing Secrets. I forgot to push the record button at the beginning of the webinar, so I'm going to quickly bring you up to speed before we go into the recorded webinar. Our guest expert today is Katie Wechter, one of the marketing experts on our marketing department LV team and owner of Watch Media Group. Katie's well positioned to help businesses create and run an effective social media marketing program because she not only has business and social media skills, but has 15 years of combined experience in creative writing, technical writing, and content marketing, along with a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's degree in information science. Pretty cool for someone who is operating social media marketing and helping businesses. And this is especially important as social media is, as the name implies, a place to communicate and engage with others. And if you're a business, to grow awareness of your brand and its value as you connect with your target market. So here's the missing first part of our webinar. There are three areas that I want to bring you up to speed on before we go into the actual webinar that I actually recorded. The first question that we discussed was, how do you create a social media marketing strategy? What are the important elements? And what came out most prominently is carefully plan. What's your goal? Who is your target? What value do you bring to your target? So carefully plan, be consistent, and then plan to engage with your audience. The second subject area that we discussed was how all social media platforms are not equal and how to determine which platform is best for your business. When it comes to Facebook, about 9 times out of 10, the answer is yes, use it for your business. Facebook has 1.32 billion active daily users, and it's the most widely used social media platform. Facebook gives you the power to target your exact audience and put your ads and content on their newsfeed where they're already scrolling. But on Facebook, you have to pay to play. So be prepared to pay. If you don't pay, people aren't going to see your posts and they're not going to be able to engage with you so easily. Instagram. Instagram is actually owned by Facebook, and it has access to the same extensive user base and advertising platform just as the Facebook Messenger app does. On Instagram, you can grow your followers organically, therefore reach your profile and post organically as well. And this makes Instagram a great option for both businesses with and without an advertising budget. So if you want to get in to social media marketing without an advertising budget, you might want to go with Instagram. Pinterest. It has the most active female user base. So if you're marketing to females, then Instagram is the platform for you. And in addition, if you're a creative, graphic artist, web designer, artist of any kind, Instagram is a great medium for your business marketing. Twitter is great for engaging new potential customers through its use of hashtags. For example, if you're a car wash company, you can literally find people tweeting about how they need to get their car washed depending on how they've used hashtags in their tweet. You can then tweet them with a discount for your car wash. So that's an example of how Twitter could be used. It's a great prospecting tool for businesses. LinkedIn, if your business follows a B2B model and targets customers based on their job title, then LinkedIn is a powerful tool for you. Google Plus, it's being discontinued in the spring of 2019. So do not use Google Plus anymore. And if you've got content on Google Plus, you're already into social media marketing, you want to pull that content down. If you want to save it, it's going to disappear at some point. So just be aware of that. Now, what are the key elements to include in your social media profile as you set up your account? The main thing about the profile is that you want to follow the prompts to complete your profile. If you leave your profile incomplete, it's going to be downgraded in the search. So your LinkedIn profile won't be as visible. Your Facebook profile, your Facebook page will not be as visible. So complete your profile and definitely use keywords in that profile that will cause your the searchers to find your business. And remember, in your social media strategy, you were asking the question, what's your goal? Who is your target? What value did you bring to your target? Here's where you get your keywords. Make sure you put those into your profile. Okay, now we're going to go on to the webinar that we actually recorded. So here comes Katie.
And the first one obviously is Facebook, because that is the most popular platform. Facebook requires you to set up a personal profile first. So you cannot go onto Facebook without having a business page. You have to have a personal profile first and foremost. And then from there, your personal profile, you can go ahead and create a business page. How you'll know the difference is your personal profile gives you friends and your business page gives you likes. So to create a personal profile is pretty simple. You just want to have a few pictures, some information about yourself. It's you can be as specific or as detailed as you'd like to be because it's your personal profile. When it comes to your business page, that's where you really want to make sure that you have your information set out properly. So you definitely need to have an image for your profile picture and in a cover photo, so you look authentic and like a real business. You also want to have information about your services. You want to have information about the company, which will pop up right here. It's cut off in this screenshot. So it's important that you follow through on the steps for that. If you do not complete the profile, the page, then Facebook will not. It won't show as much to you, even the people who you invite to like the page. So the algorithms at Facebook really want you to complete the page. Okay. Next up is LinkedIn. So LinkedIn has this funny thing called an all-star level, and that's what they want everybody to be, is an all-star on LinkedIn. And these are the requirements that you need in order to achieve that all-star level. If you do not achieve an all-star level on LinkedIn, your LinkedIn, again, will go down in the algorithms. If you post anything, it's not going to be as noticeable. If you create a LinkedIn and don't have an image here, which I know a lot of people do, that's also not helping you out at all. People are not even going to respond to your connection requests if they don't see an image, and LinkedIn won't promote it as one of the people that other people may know. So you're never going to pop up on anybody's people you may know list if you do not complete your profile to how LinkedIn wants you to do it, which needs to include a picture. It doesn't necessarily need to include a cover photo, but I recommend it. Other things you need on LinkedIn are your headline, your summary, your experience, your education. You need at least 3 to 5 skills, and you need at least 50 connections in order to achieve a complete LinkedIn profile. A lot of people like to avoid this summary section, but it's a big mistake. It's your opportunity to not only express yourself, but to put the important keywords in your industry that are going to help your profile pop up when other people are searching for your type of business. So it's really essential to have that complete profile as best as you can on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn always is popping up as number 4 or 3 on Google searches when somebody searches your name. And this is your opportunity to have control over a website that's SEO friendly, that's going to pop up on the first page when somebody types your name into Google, because we all know that people do it sometimes, right? So that's LinkedIn.
Okay.
And again, let me know if you have any questions.
You mentioned a little bit ago about likes versus friends. And let me ask you, you said pages are for likes. What is the value of likes? We all get these messages saying, please like my page, please like my page. Why do you want likes? What does that do for you?
So it looks like my screen isn't showing, even though it's telling me my screen is showing. Is this happening for most everybody?
Oh, interesting. Do you have the screen control, Katie?
Yeah, it's saying I'm on air showing screen.
Okay.
Is Ruth? Okay, somebody sees it. Other people were not seeing it.
I'm seeing bullets: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. Slide 5 to 9. It's like a Word doc. So
Okay, how about
I think you're
that?
showing.
Am I showing?
What
Are
do
you
you?
seeing the PowerPoint?
I'm not seeing a PowerPoint. I'm seeing a Word doc.
How about now? Are you seeing a PowerPoint?
If you've got two screens, you might want to move the PowerPoint over to the other screen. I don't know.
Yeah, it really should be showing the screen.
Now I'm seeing. Oops! Just a moment. For a moment, I saw something that looked, yeah, like that. What I'm
Well,
seeing right
okay.
now. I'm seeing.
So it changed my screens on me, which is funny.
Oh, interesting.
Are you seeing a PowerPoint now? Are other people seeing screens?
I'm seeing something that says social media profile setup. And I think this is a PowerPoint that I'm looking at. Building relationship.
Yeah, so it seems like about half of our people are seeing the screen and half are not. I'm not sure why that would be the case.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but
That's okay. Well, ultimately, at the end of this, I can go ahead and share my PowerPoint with everybody so they can see it at the end. I don't know if that helps now.
what is on your
But
PowerPoint right now? What's on the screen? What
right
would
now,
it
I'm
say?
seeing social media profile setup. So
Yeah,
yeah, so
I'm
some
seeing
people are
that.
seeing that. Yeah, yeah. So some people are seeing it and some people are not, based off of what I'm seeing in the chat. But that's okay. So we'll just keep on chugging on here. I know technology is fun. So what was your question? You had a question about likes.
Yeah, why would you want to have likes? What does a like do for you?
Sure. So likes on Facebook in particular, and actually likes and follows on Instagram or Twitter, all of that means is that's your audience that's going to see your posts when you post. And so if you have 200 likes on Facebook, when I post something, it's only going to potentially be seen by those 200 people. Now, Facebook's algorithms are funny in that it's really probably only about 5 to 10% of those 200 people are going to actually see the content, because Facebook likes you to pay. They want you to pay to play, essentially, and to boost the post. But yeah, so the more likes you have, the more opportunity you have for other people to see your posts. The more you see an audience grow that are interested in what your business has to say.
So if I have 200 Facebook likes, then only 20 people may see my posts?
Potentially, yeah, absolutely. And I think that people probably see that all the time when they're looking at their own business pages on Facebook. And I know a lot of small businesses might average somewhere between 200 and 500 likes or 200 and a couple thousand likes. And yeah, they're seeing only 20 people or maybe 100 people are seeing that post. So it can be really frustrating for people when they're working only with Facebook and they're not putting any money into the platform.
So you're saying it really pays off to boost your posts?
When it comes to Facebook, it does pay off to boost your posts. Engagement is really important, and we'll get into that. But Facebook is just funny in that way, and they want you to really contribute money. That's how they make money, is off of us buying posts or buying promotions and ads and boosting posts. So yeah, that's Facebook's funny game that they like to play.
Is that happening with any of the other social media like LinkedIn and Twitter?
No, so you can use all social media channels essentially to promote. Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, you can go in and boost posts and promote posts and create ads. Facebook is much stricter with their algorithms. So we can use Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter organically to build our audience very, very easily. Whereas with Facebook, you're either going to need to you're stuck with inviting the people who are your friends on your personal profile, or with, putting money into the platform and pushing out a promotion or an ad that'll get more likes to your page. So Facebook's difficult like that, but the other channels are not. And so that's why I like to show other people that there's more than just Facebook in the world, and that there's more than just Facebook for your business.
Okay. Speaking of posts, tell us about what makes for an effective, engaging social media post, and how often should you post?
Okay, for sure. So yeah, again, this was that LinkedIn All-Star level for a profile. It's really easy to set up your Twitter and your Instagram profiles because you only need a little bit of information. So with that, let's just jump right into what a good post looks like. So when people talk to me about Facebook posting or social media posting best practices, the thing that I like to say the most is break down the types of posts that we're posting on social media. And it breaks down into what I like to say are three different types of posts. There's your promotional posts, there's your informational or inquisitive posts, and then there's your entertaining posts, which I like to call the fluff. A lot of people forget one or two of these three types of posts and will, for example, maybe only post stuff about their business, constantly promotional posts, putting it out. And that is not going to generally get you that much engagement. A lot of people will also forget or think that they shouldn't bother with entertaining posts. But at the end of the day, when we're scrolling through social media, it's the entertaining posts that capture our attention first. It's the entertaining posts with the quotes and with the whatever, the cartoons, whatever it is that, is fluff for your business. They're more important than you think they are. And so it's good to mix up these three types of posts. It's also okay to repurpose and reuse and recycle content. It's okay to use the same content on Instagram and on Twitter and on LinkedIn. You're going to be reaching different people on all of those platforms. Maybe a few of them will see the content twice, but that's not a big deal. If they're following you on multiple channels, then they're already an audience. They're already enjoying your content, so that's fine. I do want to, what's up?
So how often should you post, and how often should you repost?
Right, exactly. So I do have this layout here for when are the best times to post. I know for the people who are on their phones, I'll go ahead and say it aloud. But it's okay to just touch on what you're asking. It's okay to post something and then repost it again at a later date, but you're gonna, probably want to wait a little while. You don't want to post the same exact image, 3 times in a row, or maybe 3 weeks in a row, unless that is like a flyer image. But if it's good quality posts, keep that stored in your reservoir. Take it back out in a few months. People will still like it. Switch it up a little bit. Maybe add in a different hashtag. So yeah. For the best times of day to post, I do have some information written here, which I'll say, but I do want you guys to take it with a grain of salt, because there is no perfect formula for posting the perfect post at the perfect time. It varies for every business and for every industry and for every audience. So with that, Facebook, generally you want to be posting 3 to 10 times per week, as much as you can. No more than twice per day. I say that because after the second post, your third post is going to severely drop in the algorithms. Facebook doesn't want to spam your audience with a bunch of posts from you. So they're not going to. They're not going to show that third post at all if they show it to even 10% of your audience. So keep that in mind. Don't waste good content by posting it all in one day. Afternoons are generally best on Facebook, but mornings work well too. Twitter is a more instantaneous platform. This is where you're going to be doing the most posting. So we're talking 3 times per day if you can. Mornings are best for Twitter. Fridays are usually best for Twitter, and Sundays are usually the worst days for Twitter. LinkedIn, you want to be posting 3 to 5 times per week, generally once a day, Monday through Friday, because it is a B2B kind of platform. Mornings and lunchtime are best on LinkedIn. You want to think about when people are getting on to LinkedIn. Maybe it's during their morning break, or they're checking that messaging section because some business does happen there, or maybe it's during their lunchtime. So that's why those kinds of times are best for that. And then Instagram, you want to be posting 4 to 15 times per week. Early mornings or late afternoons are great. Tuesdays through Saturdays are generally the best days. I do have a little note here on hashtags. If we have time, we can get into it, but if not, I just want to quickly touch on hashtags are generally best on Twitter and Instagram, but they're used in different ways on both platforms. And so if Twitter or Instagram are going to be one of your platforms that you're using for your business, I do think it's important that you do hashtag research and that you know the right ways to be using hashtags for that. You can use hashtags on Facebook, but it's really more of a brand awareness or a funny, witty kind of hashtag, not something that is generally like a trending hashtag, because Facebook doesn't really work with hashtags.
Okay, I'm going to dump a couple of unexpected questions on you, Katie, right now.
Yeah.
So get ready. This is where we're going to see her real expertise. When you're doing a post, of course, you can do image posts, you can do text posts, and so the question would be, and you could do combination image text. So one of my questions is, when you do a text post, how long should it be? Does it help your SEO to keyword optimize that text post, or is our posts even do they even help your search engine optimization for your website? So there's a whole bunch of thoughts.
Yeah, a bunch of questions. So just to touch on the last point really fast, to best help your search engine on your website, you want to be using the links. You want to be linking to your website in your posts. If you do that in multiple posts, I mean, that's excellent for your websites. It definitely shows that the link is being used effectively. When it comes to using keywords in your posts, it depends on your platform, right? So Twitter is actually a good place to be using keywords, and Twitter posts can pop up in the Google search results. Facebook posts not as much, and that's just, again, Facebook likes to keep everything within Facebook. But so with that being said, it's a good idea to, of course, reuse your content across multiple platforms. So yeah, when you are posting a promotional post, definitely, use that keyword. Maybe hashtag that keyword when you're putting it on Facebook, or not. I'm not sorry, not on Facebook, on Twitter, or even LinkedIn or Instagram. So hashtagging your keywords is an excellent idea. And when it comes to creating a good quality post, I see a lot of people that will just do text with nothing, and then a lot of people that will just do an image, and then maybe they'll put like some hashtags at the top of that image because they think it's going to help them. But it's really not going to help them if that image is posted on Facebook. It just looks tacky, in my opinion. But if you utilize the post appropriately, then you want to take advantage of all the spaces, right? So a good quality post always includes some content. It always includes at least one or two sentences. You generally don't want to create incredibly long posts, because we are living in times with a shorter attention span. But sometimes if, like, let's say you have a story for your business, something that's really important and personal to your heart, then yeah, take advantage of that and create that long post. But don't do it all the time. Mix it up with the shorter posts and the longer posts. Make sure that if you're not going to have, that you either have an image or you have a video. And if you're not going to have either one of those, that your link pops up and it looks well. I think it's better to do no post versus a good post. You want to make sure that when you do a post, that it's a good post, that you're not wasting anybody's time, including yourself. So that it means, writing out a few sentences. That means finding a good image or creating a good image or video. And really adding in your link when it's appropriate, because that's going to help your search engine. So yeah, kind of to answer your multiple questions.
I see that on the post on the PowerPoint, you've got an image, and in the image you have created a very attractive text. You take care of the client, we'll take care of the content. And I see that you've written out above that post, you have
Right.
have written out the text, and then added another sentence to it, and then you have hashtag content marketing, hashtag social media. So it looks like in your example, you've done the image with the text embedded in the image, and then you have also written out the text and then added some hashtags. Is that? And then you've got a backlink to your site, and you've used a link shortener. Um,
Yeah,
so
LinkedIn has automatically done that link shortener. They
okay,
they update their platform often, but absolutely. And this is what a promotional post looks like. So you can see this is very clearly a promotional post. I'm not shoving it down anyone's throat, but hey, I'm talking about us. I'm saying you take care of what you got to do, and we're here to take care of the content that you need to be put on, that you need to get online, but don't have the time to do it. So yeah.
and I see your logo watch media on that post. So basically, logo, attractive image with text in the image, and then the text above that that's actually written out. So very
Right.
good.
And
Yeah.
yeah. And on that note, it's good to have branded images with the logo on it. Does every image need to be that? Absolutely not. Now, that is just my opinion, and other people will tell you different. However, when we look at how many times per day or per week that we should be posting for our businesses or our brands, we have to kind of step back and be aware that, hey, we're not going to necessarily have 10 images to put out a week that has our logo on it. Is that an excuse to not put out posts? Absolutely not. So it's good to mix up your branded content, those branded images, with other images that are, just reflective of your industry or the messages that you're trying to put across, or videos, or whatever the case may be.
Okay, very good. And on the marketing department website, when you look at Katie's page there are some portfolio posts, so you can actually click on those and see some examples of posts. And then definitely on yeah, so you click on any of those and you'll see an example of some posts. And And then yeah, look at your competition. Look at the posts that they're putting out there, and just ask yourself which ones are engaging you. Which ones do you enjoy and why? And which ones would you say, I'm not going back here to look at their next post? And why is that? So that gets into the next question that I'd like to ask, and that has to do with engagement. Um, Engaging in conversation is also a very important part of social media. You have a conversation, and that can grow into a client relationship. So, what are some important engagement do's and don'ts, and what's a good engagement goal strategy approach?
Most definitely. So let's jump right in. Engagement is really important if you want to actually grow your business. If you are looking to get business through social media, it's not just about posting. You gotta do more than that. So here's just some basic do's. You want to be personable and approachable. You need to be authentic. Everybody's different, and you want to show off what makes you different because you're going to attract your tribe. So for me, what makes me stand out? I could be just your typical social media manager, running a high quality information content creation business. But no, what makes me authentic is my passion for mental health. So I'm talking about that often in my posts. So think about that for you. I like the sentence about be controversial when it matters to your brand or business. So controversy isn't always bad. Now, it is bad when you're constantly, putting out controversial statements that maybe have nothing to do with your brand or your business. People don't want to be inundated with politics all the time, especially these days with the current political atmosphere. But when you decide to pick a cause and to focus on that cause and to talk about it, even when it is controversial, you can benefit from that. So I'm sure everybody might remember this image. This image popped up all over social media. And then all of the memes, they threw up all over us if we were on social media during the time that this image came out. And this image, just for people who are on the phone, is the Colin Kaepernick, just do it. Believe in something even if it means sacrificing everything. Whatever your opinion is of this particular story, Nike decided to take one thing, make a stand. They got a lot of backlash for it, right? The hashtag boycott Nike was trending. But in the end, yeah, it was tough on them. And I'm sure about, when that came out, they were holding their breath, wondering if this was the right decision. But in the end, sales rose, and the company their sales outdid what their projections were going to be for that particular quarter. So they jumped 10%, and their income was brought to $847 million. So it just goes to show when you make a stand for something, it can pay off. But if you make a stand on everything, that's when you start being more difficult for people to want to watch or engage with. And then that goes back to attracting your tribe and being authentic in what your values are. So again, going back to your do's, you want to be knowledgeable, provide value for your audience. That's just like that inquisitive or that question-like posts. That's important for your audience. They want value. You need to be consistent in your posting. A lot of people drop the consistency. They'll post once a month and then they'll say, I don't understand why nothing's happening. Well, people aren't seeing you. They're not seeing that consistency from you. You, of course, want to be timely. You want to respond to comments, reviews, testimonials, related content. You want to like, comment, and engage on your audience's posts. It's a part of, you got to remember you're a part of a community when you're on social media. You're not just out there to sell people. And if people pick up on that, then you're not going to sell anybody. You want to join the community that your industry or your values are in. And then think of engaging on social media how you would engage at a networking event. So that leads me right into my don'ts, which is don't be spammy with promoting your business. So think about that networking event. Nobody likes the person who's walking around the event shoving their business cards in everyone's face, right? Who's just walking around 30 seconds talking to this person, there's my business card, next person, and before you know it, they're gone, and nobody got any valuable information out of them. Those people are sharks. You don't want to be that on social media. You want to build the community, build the relationship. And so when you do promote your business on social media, think of that networking event. Think of how you give out your business cards. Your business cards are precious. You purchase those cards. You want to give them to people who matter, who want to see your content. You don't want to give them out to everybody else. So think about that. You also don't want to forget to tell people what your business does. So it's important to not oversell people, but at the same time, you got to let them know what you're doing, right? So a lot of people might go in the total opposite direction, and they'll do not say anything about their business at all in fear that people aren't going to like it. But no, when something good happens in your business, you absolutely should be saying that. When something is going on, an event, a promotion, anything, but you don't want to spam it. So there's just a middle ground there that you want to walk. You don't want to be inconsistent with posting. Talked about that. You don't want to be defensive or angry, and you don't want to ignore the bad review. So even when the bad review makes you defensive or angry, take a step back, breathe, allow the anger to subside, and then approach the review from a place not in anger, but from an outside perspective, so other people can really see. You also don't want to hashtag abuse hashtags. So don't do that. Use hashtags, effectively. And if you want more information as to how to best use hashtags for your business, definitely reach out to me afterwards. I'm happy to sit down with anybody here for a free consultation and go over your specific questions. You also don't want to use auto DMs or auto direct messages. I know a lot of people are into this, the messaging auto bots. But I can tell when I have been auto-botted, when I connect with somebody and then I immediately get some auto message from them on my Twitter or through my Facebook or my Instagram. And I don't always want that. So if you do use automated direct messaging, you want to use it strategically, and you want to use it in a way so people don't know that they're being automated, that somebody's, just spraying out a bunch of messages, because I don't respond to a lot of those. But everybody's different. So again, that's my personal opinion there. And you don't want to be a part of the negative noise. There's a lot of negative noise on social media, and you want to be a part of the positivity.
Okay. Well, now here's another subject of social media. There are groups, LinkedIn groups, Facebook groups, and you could either be in a group or you can create a group. So tell us a little bit about groups and how to navigate groups, how to use groups.
Sure. So I can get into the specifics there, most definitely. And we'll bring up Facebook to do that if we want. But just to kind of give a highlighted version, there are opportunities to engage on social media that a lot of us may not be aware of. Some of them are going to provide a lot of value for your business, but it depends on what platform you're on. So David was referring, I think, mostly to Facebook groups. Facebook groups are incredibly valuable. If you're on Facebook, you want to be in groups. You might want to think about starting a group, but there's other groups as well. If you're on LinkedIn, there are LinkedIn groups. If you're in Instagram or on Twitter, you want to be taking a look at the hashtags, using those as conversation groups, essentially. Twitter has an advanced search feature, which I highly recommend. And then, of course, the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which LinkedIn is always trying to push on you. And, it works for some businesses and is not necessary for others. So I have this little picture here because for some of you, this could be information overload, right? Like, it's a lot of different opportunities that maybe we haven't thought of before. And for some of this could be for some of us, this could be, completely review. So with that, I'm just going to very quickly show Facebook groups. And so there are all sorts of, sorry, I got to pull it up over here first. So there are all sorts of opportunities to engage on Facebook in groups and in businesses. And if you didn't know where to get started with Facebook groups, the easiest way to get started is to check out what your groups are. So you could type in the search bar, my groups. You'd see all the groups that you're in. Facebook's groups change, their algorithms and their features change a lot. So sometimes I'm going to be in a group like this group, and I'll get a bunch of notifications for it. And then all of a sudden I won't get any notifications and I'll totally forget that I'm in this group. And it's because the change is made from Facebook, in which they said that, oh, everybody has to opt in if they want to get notifications. So that's why groups are really valuable, but you always need to be keeping up on what Facebook is doing with your groups. Now, let's say you didn't know how to get started with groups at all, and you didn't have any groups. You just wanted to see what was going on. You just go ahead and you type in, let's say we'll do it for my business. So I would just type in social media marketing. I'm interested in I'm interested in some groups. I want to check out what the groups are. So I can go here and I can tell what good groups are by seeing these numbers right here. So this is probably a good group. 10 plus posts a day, a lot of activity. I like that. 69,000 members, I'll take that. That's cool. Now, as you scroll down, you'll find other groups like this, social media savvy actors. 4,000 members, not too bad, but not 10 posts a day, not even one post a day, because these other groups will say average posts a day. So maybe I don't want to be in this group. So that's the kind of stuff you want to look out for when you are looking to join a group. If you've never worked with groups before and you want to start a group, I recommend joining a group first, joining a successful group first, seeing what they're doing, and not copying it, but don't reinvent the wheel, right? Take the good stuff and run with it for your business. Change it for what you have to say. And to start a group, it's always a good idea to see what other competition you might have out there. So let's say I wanted to start a group on social media marketing for mental health. If there's already a very popular social media marketing for mental health group, maybe I want to think about doing something more specific, maybe anxiety, whatever it is. So it's always good to check out your competition. So that is the basics of groups. And I know that is a really, really high level view. And we didn't even go over any of these other things. So again, feel free to reach out to me afterwards to really get a more detailed highlight of some of these things.
Okay. And another question is, so you're engaged in social media marketing, you're posting, you're involved in groups, you've got your page, you've got a great profile. How do you track your progress? How do you gauge the effectiveness of what you're doing?
Most definitely. So it's cool that social media has evolved. And most channels will now have the opportunity for you to really see your insights, your analytics, how good things are performing. That wasn't always the case. Facebook was basically the first to really make a really high-level version of insights. So we'll go over Facebook first. It's easy to find your insights. All you got to do is click on your Facebook page, and then there's going to be this top navigation at the top. And this bar, at the top, and Insights is going to be one of them. And then that'll show you your page summary. Now there's also Ads Manager. So let's say you want to see your insights for your paid posts, for your promotions, for your promoted posts. So from there, you're going to go to Ad Center. And I don't have it on here, but from there, you're going to go to Ad Center, and then you're going to be able to click on a link that says Ads Manager. And I could show that really fast, actually. So I do think that it's important that people start recognizing the importance of Ads Manager, because Ads Manager is where your boosted post, not your boosted post because you can do that from your regular page, but it's where your promotions posts and your ads are going to essentially do better if you start using Ads Manager. You go to your Ad Center, you click All Ads, I haven't done any in the last 60 days. And then from there, you can see Ads Manager. And this is what an Ads Manager looks like. You can see it's a separate tab. A lot of people who aren't that into Facebook marketing might not know this page. And I think it's important that we start checking it out, that we start giving you the value that Facebook can really provide. And that's through Ads Manager. Okay, so that's Ads Manager. It's like your LinkedIn. It's really easy. From your home page, you can see everything right here on the left. So who's viewed your profile, your article, or your posts. And then I have different pages, company pages. I'm an admin on LinkedIn. So this is just a client's page, but it could be any page. You can see there's a little drop down here. So it could be my Watch Media Group page. So that's how you'll see analytics there. Analytics on Twitter, this is done essentially through just the drop down on the right hand side, and there's an analytics section, and it'll show you everything here. And then it'll also show you like your top tweet, your top follower. These are things you want to start tracking to really see how well your marketing is doing. And then Instagram. Just want to make a quick note that Insights is only available on Instagram if you have a business account. You'll know you have a business account on Instagram when you post on Instagram and you have the opportunity to share that to your Facebook business page, not your Facebook personal profile. So if you're still sharing to your personal Facebook profile, you more than likely do not have a business Instagram account. When you do have a business Instagram account, when you pull up Instagram on your phone, you can only do it on your phone to really see the insights, because Instagram is they're very mobile focused. So you're really limited when you look at Instagram on a desktop. And so to see all of that, you just, would click these three bars. It'll pop up right here, insights, and then it gives you that information. And that are the basics to tracking your progress.
Okay, and let's see. Let's open it up to one or two questions. We've got about 5 minutes, and so it's going to be really brief. But go ahead. Ask a question. Feel free, anyone.
So somebody asked, how do you intro someone to your business in groups? So you can do that by inviting them as your friend. So if they're your friend on Facebook, you can very easily invite them into your group. And then from there, other people can invite people into your groups that aren't your friends. And so groups are, a lot of times they're an invitation thing, or if your group is public, then it will pop up on that screen that you saw that I pulled up, which is just the search bar for groups.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Okay. Well, we're right near the end. What I want to invite people to do that are watching this, Katie has a PowerPoint, and she will send it out following the webinar. We also recorded the webinar. I hit the record button a little late after we were talking about profiles, but we got most of the webinar. So that'll be on the Network Las Vegas website. And we will be featuring other of our team. You can see the quality of Katie in this webinar. We've got some other amazing quality people, transformational leadership, web design, graphic design. And what we'll be doing is in webinars in the future, we'll be featuring various people on the marketing department team, as we did with Katie. Now, if someone wants to get a hold of you, Katie, to follow up, how do they do it?
Excellent question. So that leads me right to my last slide here, which is just has my information. Now that I'm looking at this light blue might be hard to read. So I do want to say it aloud for everybody. It's Katie, Katie, @ watchmediagroup.com. watchmediagroup.com. You can check out more of my services at watchmediagroup.com, and also the marketing department LV, which David pulled up earlier. And of course, connect with me on social media. I'm there and I would love to connect with you. And then if anybody is interested in learning more about LinkedIn, getting their LinkedIn profile up in order, we are putting on a LinkedIn workshop in March 14th, 2 to 5 p.m. So if anyone's interested in that, please reach out to me for that as well.
Very, very good. And that'll be in the PowerPoint that you send out to everybody. Is that?
Yes,
Because
most definitely.
Okay, awesome, good. Katie, I thank you so much for being here today and sharing your great wisdom. And I hope that people that are listening, if you apply just one of the things you've learned from this webinar, you may create a new stream of clients for your business. And so I wish you the best as you go about your social media marketing. Don't hold back. Just do something. Make a start, and just commit to doing that in the next 30 days, and you'll begin to see some results. Remember, planning and consistency are the important things for social media. So thank you so much, Katie.
You're welcome. This was enjoyable and it was an honor to do this. So thank you for having me.